Good. Hey, with Cam Pitway out, and you know you're going to be the #1 guy. Do you have to kind of pace yourself a little bit in a game? Like, you don't want to go too hard after the play or whatever.
Not quite. Pacing myself isn't really my job. That's kind of coach's job. If they want me to come out, want to try to preserve me or whatever. I go out there and play as hard as I can every play. I think that's the way it's supposed to be. So, me myself, pacing myself, I don't really do.
What did you see from Cam last game, and how's he progressing?
We talked about this in our running back meeting Sunday. Cam, nobody will realize it except for us. Cam really helped us win that game. He came in, at one point I had 8 carries for 28 yards or something like that, and he had 4 for 24. He came in and he gave us a spark that we needed. He got us down the field that led to one of our touchdowns and gave me a break. And that's what he was supposed to do, and he knows that. And Cam has always been a humble guy who just patiently waits his turn, and every time he gets it, he does good things. So as long as he keeps that up, he'll be in a great position.
Yeah, how important is that, especially like you said, it kind of came earlier, much earlier than it had, just to be able to come in and kind of even to give everybody else confidence that he can do it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, the confidence that he gave the coaches, the confidence he gave the rest of the guys on the team that he knows he can do it. And that's huge. Like you said, it came earlier than normal, and that's a good sign. That means they've grown trust in him, and they trust to put him out there. He took care of the ball. He didn't make any pass protection mistakes, and he ran the ball hard, and I think he did very well.
Well, there's a lot of guys that tailbacks at Georgia and Alabama that split carries pretty evenly, whereas you kind of turned into Auburn's workhorse. Do you like being in that role?
I don't mind it. Obviously, hit-wise and number-wise, it's definitely hard. But as long as I'm still walking, I'll keep doing it. You know, the guys at Georgia and Alabama, like you said, they split carries. It kind of helps preserve them the season. But, you know, hey, we had a running back go down. Things change. If one of their running backs go down, I'm sure they'll have to do the same exact thing. So injuries happen in the game of football, and that's just what happened to us, and we just have to all adapt.
Kerryon, an issue in your career has always been durability. You've always had to answer that question. The last 4 games you've had 28, 31, 21, and 28 carries. Are you finally happy with being able to prove that you're a 25 carry guy?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose. I don't really go out to prove what people say about me is wrong. I just go out there and play. If something happens, it happens. If something doesn't, it doesn't. So, yeah, that's always been a question. I mean, I just go in, I run as many times as I can. If I get injured, it happens. It's not something I think about, not something I go out and try to prove, oh, I can do this, I can do that. No, I just go out there and run and see where it takes me.
Oh, that run play where you kind of threw that guy, almost threw him all the way to the ground. Tell me about the decision to try to use that illusion tactic.
Well, I was a little mad. Because at the beginning of the run, I missed a big hole and I ran into a D lineman. So I was kind of mad running, and then I saw that guy and I kind of took it out on him. But I was really just trying to get – I mean, we needed that drive bad to make sure we sealed the game. They had a dangerous offense. They kind of had a rhythm going. So I knew we needed points, and I was at least trying to get us in the field goal range at least. So that was just kind of a combination of a little mad and just a little want to.
Where have you seen the greatest growth in this offense in the last few weeks?
Greatest growth? I think our O-line has played solid pretty much all year. I think our greatest growth has really been the receivers are making even more plays down the field. And when you do that, that's huge. When they're able to get open against man coverage, a lot of teams are starting to play that's just man 0 or man 2 and just making us beat them with the pass. And we were able to do that last game. So when we do that, this offense is very hard to stop, as we've shown, and we're capable of putting up a lot of points.
How impressive has it been that the offensive line has been as successful as it has been, given the constant changing parts week in and week out?
I mean, that's very impressive, and that's a constitute of those guys. It's a constitute of coaching. I mean, sometimes I get out there. I mean, I go in. I don't know who's going to be where. They've got starter 1, starter 2, starter 3 O-line, and all of those guys are ready to play those. So whenever their number is called on, they're ready to step in and ready to contribute. And that just proves of who they are as humans. They have high character, and they all come to work every day at practice. They all come to work every game, and they're always ready, and that's what you have to be.
How do you think Coach Lindsey has grown as a play caller since the beginning of the year?
I think he's grown a lot, but I also think he's doing pretty much a lot of the same things that we started out doing. We're just executing better. a lot of early games, we ourselves just didn't execute how we were supposed to. And obviously the blame gets put on the coaches all the time, and players are never wrong, but we did a lot. We missed a block here, and we still do it now. We miss a block here, penalty here, miss a pass protection here, drop a ball here, make a wrong read here, and I think that blows up in our face more than play calling does. So I think he's doing a lot of the same things. He hasn't changed much, and I think we're just executing at a higher level now.
Kerryon, Georgia #2 in the SEC rush defense, number 4 or 5 nationally. What type of challenge is that for you guys going up against that group?
It's going to be a hard challenge, but we're going to take on that challenge, and we know that's what we have to do. We're built to run the ball, and that's what we have to do, and that's what we're going to have to do to win the game. So in my mind and the O-line's mind, you know, those statistics are great, but we have a job to go out there and do, and that's what we plan to do.
I think this team's got a chance to have its best game in the last month of the season?
Oh, definitely. I think we had one of our best games besides the penalties. We had a couple penalties, and I made a mistake in pass protection that we've had all year. The 96-yard drive was probably the highlight of the last 4 or 5 games that I can remember. So I think that we're primed and ready, but it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to go out there and do it.
Have you thought about, has it kind of hit yet, how much the college football world is going to pay attention to y'all, your last 2 conference games?
It has, but that's not something that we can think about. We have time to think about, because if we lose this week, the college football world won't care anything about us. So we just have to go out there. We have to play this Saturday like it's our last game, and we got to keep this thing rolling. That's what we plan to do.
Has the word playoffs, y'all can either
No,
work your way in or?
No, we're worried about SEC championship right now. So whatever we got to do to get to that is what our plan is.
Kerryon, talk about, got some receptions last game, and talk about your role as a receiver.
It was neat. I really enjoyed doing that. It's been a while since I got to catch that many passes for sure in the game. So it's a lot easier to catch a pass than it is to run on a dangerous front 7 and get banged up. So it's fun. It's always nice. It's always different. And I was just glad I got to show that ability. I catch a lot of passes in practice, but in the game, you know, things change. Receivers get open. You know, you're not a main target. So. I was just nice. I mean, I was happy that I got to show that, and I was happy I got to do it.
Played some big games at Auburn. What do you expect of the atmosphere at Jordan Hare on Saturday?
Oh, this is going to be one of the top ones. In my 3 years, this is probably going to be, I think this is going to be top 3 atmospheres. I think last year's Clemson's game is up there. I think last year's LSU game is definitely up there too. So this is definitely in the top 3. I'm just excited for it to be here. You know, you got to go to class all day and go to meetings and then practice. And you try not to think about Saturday, but I'm definitely ready for it to be here.